Have you ever wondered why some aspects of life flow smoothly while others constantly seem challenging? This complex dynamic is governed by a profound set of universal principles known as the 12 Universal Laws. These laws, which transcend cultures and eras, offer an essential understanding of how the universe operates and how we can apply these teachings to significantly improve our personal journey. The 12 Universal Laws unveil the secrets behind the patterns that shape our daily reality. Since ancient times, philosophers, spiritual masters, and scientists have studied these principles, highlighting essential truths that can guide our quest for a more harmonious and authentic life. In this video, we'll delve deeply into each of these laws in an accessible way. We'll explore how the law of attraction influences our thoughts and experiences, how the law of cause and effect reminds us of our responsibility for our actions, and how the law of correspondence reveals the interconnectedness between the microcosm and the macrocosm. Discover how these laws can be practically applied to create positive changes in our lives. The law of divine unity teaches us that everything is interconnected. Every thought, action, and event is linked to everything else in the universe. Understanding this law helps us realize that our actions affect not just ourselves, but everyone around us. This law invites us to recognize that we are part of a larger cosmic fabric, where each of our movements and choices reverberates through the vast energy field that permeates all existence. By integrating the law of divine unity into our lives, we begin to see the world from a new perspective. We are not separate from other human beings, nature, or the universe itself. Instead, we are all interwoven threads in the web of existence, influencing and being influenced by the events happening around us. This understanding calls us to act with responsibility and compassion, acknowledging that our choices have an impact that extends beyond our immediate understanding. Honoring the law of divine unity cultivates a deeper sense of connection and belonging. The illusory separation between me and others begins to dissolve, replaced by a feeling of unity and harmonious coexistence. This goes beyond mere intellectual recognition. It becomes a visceral experience of feeling part of something greater than ourselves. The second law is the law of vibration. It teaches us that everything in the universe is in constant motion, vibrating at different frequencies. From the stars in the sky to the atoms that make up our own bodies, everything is in a state of vibration. This law also applies to our thoughts, feelings, and emotions. Each thought we have, each feeling we experience, emits a specific vibration that resonates with similar energies in the universe. Maintaining a high vibration is crucial according to this law because our vibrations attract experiences and situations that are in alignment with them. When we are in a state of love, gratitude, joy, and positivity, we emit a high vibration that draws more of these energies into our lives. On the other hand, when we allow ourselves to be caught up in fear, anger, resentment, or negativity, we send out lower vibrations that attract corresponding experiences. Understanding the law of vibration invites us to be mindful of our thoughts and emotions because they not only affect our own internal energy but also influence the world around us. By cultivating positive and emotionally healthy thoughts, we not only improve our own quality of life, but also contribute to a more positive collective energy field. This law also reminds us of the importance of taking care of our personal energy. Practices such as meditation, gratitude, positive visualization, and connecting with nature can help elevate our daily vibration. By tuning into higher vibrations, we find greater internal and external harmony, facilitating the flow of positive and synchronistic experiences in our lives. Next, we have the law of action. This fundamental law reminds us of the need to align our actions with our thoughts and intentions to manifest our deepest desires. It is a powerful reminder that simply wishing for something is not enough. We need to take concrete and consistent steps toward our goals and aspirations. By understanding and applying the law of action, we recognize that we are active co-creators of our reality. Our thoughts and intentions set the stage, but it is through action that we turn these thoughts into tangible reality. Each step we take toward our dreams not only strengthens our determination, but also invokes the power of the universe to support us on our journey. It's important to emphasize that action doesn't necessarily need to be grand or dramatic. Sometimes, it's the small, daily steps that are consistent and aligned with our values and goals that lead to significant progress. The law of action encourages us to step out of our comfort zone, face challenges, and persevere even in the face of adversity. Furthermore, the law reminds us of the importance of personal responsibility. By taking responsibility for our actions and choices, we acknowledge that we are the primary agents of change in our lives. We cannot just wait for things to happen. We need to make them happen through our commitment and continuous effort. When we integrate the law of action into our way of life, we become more aware of the power we have to shape our destiny. We are no longer at the mercy of external circumstances, but empowered to create the future we want to see. This law invites us to live with purpose and determination, constantly seeking alignment between our thoughts, words, and actions. The law of correspondence is a profound principle that teaches us about the interconnectedness between the inner and outer worlds. It is based on the famous Hermetic maxim, "As above, so below, as within, so without." This law invites us to recognize that everything we experience externally is a direct reflection of our internal state of being. Simply put, if we wish to see significant changes in our external life, whether in relationships, career, health, or any other area, we must first work internally. This means that our thoughts, beliefs, emotions, and behavioral patterns internally are the true creators of the reality we experience. When we understand and apply the law of correspondence, we begin to realize that we cannot effectively change our external reality without first making internal changes. For example, if we seek love and harmony in our relationships, we must cultivate love and harmony within ourselves. If we desire success and financial prosperity, we should nurture a mindset of abundance and self-confidence in our inner world. This law also reminds us of the personal responsibility we have for our lives. We cannot blame external circumstances or other people for our challenges. Instead, we are called to look inward and examine how our own attitudes, thoughts, and emotions are contributing to our current reality. Moreover, the law of correspondence presents a powerful opportunity for personal growth and self-transformation. By consciously working on our internal aspects, we not only improve our own lives but also positively contribute to the world around us. As we elevate our internal vibration, we naturally attract experiences and people who resonate with our new state of being. The fifth fundamental law is the law of cause and effect. This law teaches us that every action we take, every word we speak, and every thought we cultivate does not occur in isolation. Instead, each of these elements has a consequence, whether positive or negative, that reverberates through time and space. When we deeply understand the law of cause and effect, we realize that we are responsible for our own lives. We cannot act impulsively or without considering the repercussions of our actions. Every choice we make sets off a series of events and outcomes that shape our present and future reality. This law invites us to be mindful and intentional in our decisions. By recognizing that our actions impact not only ourselves but also others and the world around us, we are motivated to act with responsibility and integrity. If we want to reap positive results and achieve our goals, we must intentionally sow the right seeds through our choices and behaviors. Furthermore, the law of cause and effect encourages us to reflect on our patterns of thinking and behavior. If we are facing challenges or experiencing adversity, this law reminds us to examine the underlying causes in our own past actions and decisions. Similarly, if we are enjoying success and accomplishments, this too can be attributed to the conscious and positive choices we have made along the way. On a deeper level, understanding the law of cause and effect invites us to a state of self-awareness and continuous personal growth. By acknowledging the connections between our past actions and present outcomes, We can learn from our experiences and strive to act in ways that are more aligned with our values and aspirations. The sixth law, the law of compensation, is intrinsically linked to the law of cause and effect. It reminds us that we will be rewarded or punished according to our actions, creating a fair and harmonious balance in the universe. Essentially, what we offer to the universe, whether in terms of thoughts, words, or actions, will eventually be reflected back to us. This law operates much like an echo. What we send out returns to us, sometimes amplified. If we spread love, compassion, and kindness, the tendency is that these positive energies will come back to us in unpredictable but often rewarding ways. Conversely, if we sow discord, dishonesty, or cruelty, we can expect that these negative energies will also find their way back to us. Understanding the law of compensation encourages us to be mindful of our intentions and actions. It's not just about avoiding harmful behaviors, but also about cultivating attitudes and behaviors that positively contribute to the well-being of all. When we commit to acting with integrity and generosity, we not only benefit others but also strengthen our own well-being and happiness. Furthermore, this law reminds us of the importance of seeing beyond immediate appearances. Sometimes the rewards or consequences of our actions may not be immediately apparent, but eventually, the universe brings balance. This encourages us to trust the process and cultivate patience and perseverance in our efforts to live according to high ethical and moral principles. The seventh law, the law of attraction, is perhaps one of the most popular and widely discussed. It posits that what we focus our attention and energy on is what we ultimately attract into our lives. This law is grounded in the idea that our thoughts, emotions, and energetic vibrations have a magnetic power that directly influences the reality we experience. When we are in tune with positive thoughts, feelings of gratitude, love, and abundance, we emit a high vibration that attracts experiences and people aligned with that positive energy. On the other hand, if we allow ourselves to be dominated by thoughts of fear, doubt, anger, or scarcity, we emit a lower vibration that may attract less desirable experiences into our lives. The law of attraction extends beyond just conscious thoughts. It also considers our subconscious beliefs, deep-seated emotions, and behavioral patterns. It encourages us to be aware not only of what we superficially think, but also of the core beliefs that shape our perception of ourselves and the world around us. Moreover, the law of attraction challenges us to take responsibility for our creations. Instead of seeing ourselves as victims of external circumstances, we are encouraged to recognize the active role we play in shaping our reality. By doing so, we can begin to make more conscious and deliberate choices about where we direct our attention and energy. It's important to note that the law of attraction is not a magical solution to all problems, but rather a principle that, when understood and applied correctly, can be a powerful tool for creating positive changes in our lives. By cultivating a mindset of gratitude, positive visualization, and clear intention, we can pave the way for personal growth, goal achievement, and a life more aligned with our deepest dreams. The eighth law, the law of perpetual transmutation of energy, reveals the dynamic and fluid nature of the universe. It teaches us that everything is in constant movement and transformation. Nothing remains static. Energy is always flowing and changing from one form to another. This law not only describes physical and natural processes around us, but also extends to the emotional, mental, and spiritual realms. By understanding the law of perpetual transmutation of energy, we can learn to harness this dynamic for our benefit. For instance, we can transform negative energies such as fear, anger, or sadness into more positive emotional states like love, gratitude, and compassion. This doesn't mean ignoring or suppressing negative emotions, but rather acknowledging their presence and consciously working to transmute them into emotional states that promote our well-being and personal growth. On a mental level, we can apply this law by cultivating constructive and optimistic thoughts, even in the face of challenges or adversity. By doing so, we not only shift our own perspective but also influence the quality of our daily interactions and experiences. Spiritually, the law of perpetual transmutation of energy invites us to connect with the deepest essence of our existence. We can transform our life experiences into lessons of spiritual growth, expanding our consciousness and raising our energetic vibration. This law also reminds us of the importance of acceptance and flow. By embracing change and transformation as natural parts of life, we can free ourselves from limiting patterns and make room for new possibilities and enriching experiences. The ninth law, the law of relativity, invites us to recognize that everything in life is relative and depends on the perspective from which we observe it. This law reminds us that how we perceive our problems and challenges can make the difference between feeling overwhelmed or empowered to grow and learn from these experiences. When we apply the law of relativity, we begin to understand that our own difficulties may seem less severe when compared to the challenges faced by others. For example, a problem that initially seems insurmountable may become more manageable when we consider the hardships others face in more extreme situations. This relative perspective encourages us to develop empathy and compassion, both for ourselves and for others. In moments of difficulty, we can remind ourselves that there is always someone facing even greater challenges. This doesn't diminish the validity of our own struggles, but helps us gain a new perspective and cultivate greater emotional resilience. Moreover, the law of relativity teaches us not to judge our successes or failures based on superficial comparisons with others. Each person has their own unique journey with its own challenges and triumphs. Instead of measuring ourselves against other standards of living, we can focus on our own personal growth and progress toward our goals and aspirations. By consciously integrating the law of relativity into our lives, we can develop greater mental and emotional flexibility. This allows us to face our challenges with a more balanced and positive perspective, recognizing that every experience, no matter how difficult it may seem, can contain valuable lessons and opportunities for personal growth. The 10th law, the law of polarity, reveals the existence of duality in all aspects of life. It teaches us that everything has its complementary opposites. We cannot experience joy without first knowing sadness, nor appreciate light without having experienced darkness. This duality is an essential part of the fabric of the universe and is present in all aspects of our existence. By understanding the law of polarity, we are invited to recognize that opposite extremes are not separate but interdependent and interconnected. Duality not only signifies contrast but also dynamic balance. It is through the interaction between these opposites that we find a state of harmony and integration. For example, in our personal lives, we may face moments of difficulty and challenge that, although initially perceived as negative, can eventually lead to deep personal growth and development. Similarly, moments of joy and success are valued even more when contrasted with periods of adversity and failure. The law of polarity also encourages us to practice acceptance and non-resistance to the ups and downs of life. Instead of fighting against experiences we consider negative, we can learn to embrace them as opportunities to learn and grow. By accepting duality as an inevitable part of the human experience, we can develop greater emotional and spiritual resilience. Moreover, understanding the law of polarity helps us cultivate a deeper understanding and empathy in our interactions with others. We recognize that each person carries a unique blend of positive and negative qualities, and that these aspects are equally important for their growth and evolution. The 11th law, the law of rhythm, reveals that everything in the universe operates according to natural patterns of rhythm and cycles. These rhythms are observed in all aspects of life, from the movements of planets in the cosmos to the seasonal cycles in nature and the patterns of growth and development in our personal lives. This law teaches us the importance of recognizing and respecting the natural rhythms that govern our existence. Just as the seasons flow in predictable cycles, our own lives also go through periods of growth, pause, challenge, and renewal. Each phase of these cycles has its purpose and significance, contributing to our personal development and spiritual evolution. By understanding the law of rhythm, we are invited to cultivate patience and trust in the process of life. We cannot always control or accelerate natural rhythms. Sometimes, we need to allow things to unfold in divine timing. This does not imply passivity, but rather a balanced and conscious approach to the natural flow of things. In our daily lives, we can apply the law of rhythm by recognizing that all challenges and obstacles have a right time to be overcome. Similarly, moments of expansion and growth also require periods of integration and rest. By honoring these rhythms, we can create a more harmonious and sustainable balance in our lives. Moreover, the law of rhythm reminds us of the impermanence of all things. No state or condition is permanent. Everything is subject to changes and transformations over time. By accepting this reality, we can cultivate greater flexibility and adaptability in the face of life's uncertainties. Finally, the law of gender reveals that everything in creation possesses both masculine and feminine aspects, whose interaction is fundamental for balance and creation. This law extends beyond the physical realm into the spiritual and energetic levels. In the physical realm, we observe clear manifestations of this duality in human bodies and in all forms of life. The masculine principle is often associated with action, strength, assertiveness, and logic, while the feminine principle is linked to receptivity, intuition, creativity, and nurturing. Both are complementary and essential for the manifestation and sustainability of life. On the spiritual and energetic level, the law of gender invites us to recognize and integrate these principles within ourselves. Regardless of our biological gender, we all carry within us qualities and characteristics of both masculine and feminine energies. By balancing and harmonizing these internal aspects, we can cultivate greater integrity and wholeness in our journey of personal and spiritual growth. This law also teaches us about the importance of cooperation and harmony between opposites. When we honor and respect the masculine and feminine principles within ourselves and in our interactions with others, we create space for co-creation, collaboration, and mutual growth. This is crucial for developing healthy relationships and for building balanced communities and societies. Furthermore, the law of gender encourages us to transcend the limitations of gender stereotypes and to recognize the richness of diversity and the multiplicity of human expressions. Each person is unique in their combination of masculine and feminine qualities, and this diversity is a source of strength and creativity. By embracing the law of gender, we deepen our understanding of the interconnectedness of all things and the harmonious dance of energies that sustain life and evolution. These 12 universal laws are true pillars that offer a deep and holistic understanding of life. By internalizing and applying these laws in our daily lives, we pave the way for a more aligned, balanced, and meaningful existence. Thank you for exploring with us the profound universal laws that can transform your life. These 12 laws provide a deep understanding of existence, helping us to create a more balanced and meaningful life. Reflecting on how each one manifests in our journey can be enlightening. For example, in observing the law of divine unity, we recognize how our actions impact everything around us. The law of attraction reminds us of the importance of cultivating positive thoughts to attract corresponding experiences. Small changes aligned with these laws can bring about significant transformations. Subscribe now for more insights on spirituality and personal growth.